There are creatures whose lives remain shrouded in mystery. Creatures whose capacity for intelligence is as impressive as their awesome size. Larger than any dinosaur, these are the greatest creatures ever to live on planet Earth. These are the great whales. Under California's summer sun, tiny shrimp-like creatures called krill multiply rapidly, forming spectacular swarms. They blanket the sea in crimson clouds and beckon leviathans from far away. These are blue whales, the largest creatures that have ever lived. This gigantic animal is nearly 1/3 the length of a football field and may exceed the weight of 25 elephants. A blue whale turns on her side and opens her mouth, engulfing enormous volumes of water laden with krill. Millions of tiny crustaceans escape her passing, but the whale has captured nearly an entire swarm in a single mouthful. Now she squeezes the seawater out through a comb-like filter called baleen that traps the krill inside her mouth. The blue whale lunges again. Her throat inflates like a hot air balloon as thousands of gallons of seawater are captured. This is predation on a massive scale. Her cavernous maw could engulf a pickup truck or a small boat and its crew. But the blue whale's only food is krill. The arrival of winter brings other leviathans to California waters. Gray whales. They migrate south from the Arctic Circle along the western shores of North America, completing their journey here, on the Pacific coast of Baja California. This is the mouth of Magdalena Bay, the gray whale's winter refuge. To enter the lagoon, the whales must first navigate treacherous shoals where surf crashes on shallow sandbars. Once inside, arriving whales join hundreds of others who have made the journey. Surprisingly, after 5,000 miles of travel, there is no food for whales here. This is a time females devote to giving birth and caring for infants, while males offer their affections in courtship. But there is much spare time in these lagoons. Gray whales pass the days enjoying the companionship of others and waiting for the end of winter. During winter's long passage, some whales spend their time enjoying lazy acrobatics, gliding beneath the waves, sometimes right side up, sometimes upside down. Gray whales spend about 3 months in these lagoons, while violent storms rage in the Bering Sea and winter ice covers their feeding grounds high in the Arctic Circle. Then, in spring, as the days lengthen and the Arctic ice recedes, they will leave these protected waters and begin the long journey north. Half a world away, another lagoon is refuge for a different family of whales. This is the eastern coast of Argentina, a place called Patagonia. Like the lagoons of Baja, there are protected waters here where whales pass the winter, sleeping beneath gentle seas. This is a southern right whale. She is a female and a mother. Her newborn calf sleeps snugly by her side. But like children everywhere, he soon becomes restless. He dives beneath his mother's body, gently brushing against her skin, perhaps encouraging her to wake from her nap. But as she sleeps, he never strays far from the comforting shelter of his mother's massive form. Although 20 feet long, he is just a big baby. A right whale raises his tail high to feel the southern wind. Then he plummets toward the ocean floor. The face of each right whale is distinctive. White markings on the whale's chin and brow are natural features called callosities. The right whale is also home to thousands of crabs and other crustaceans. Some tickle the sensitive skin around the whale's eye. Many more cluster, forming orange and pink colonies on the whale's dark skin. Right whales spend nearly 5 months within the shelter of Patagonia's Valdez Peninsula. In September, they will venture out into the South Atlantic Ocean to feed on immense volumes of tiny crustaceans called copepods and other shrimp-like creatures. Until then, they reside peacefully here. Their days marked by brief courtships, the gentle nurturing of precious young, and long, peaceful interludes of sleep. Far to the north, in the warm tropical waters east of the Dominican Republic, lies another winter refuge. Here, isolated from distant shores, but surrounded by protective reefs, lies a place called the Silver Bank, the winter refuge of the humpback whale. Of all the great whales, these may be the most graceful. With long, wing-like pectoral fins, they seem to fly through the sea, often performing the acrobatics of an underwater ballet. Though humpback whales dance beautifully, they are best known for another talent. During these long winter months on the Silver Banks, humpback whales sing. Male humpbacks hang motionlessly over the ocean floor and cast their song into the sea with a thunderous voice. Other whales, dozens if not hundreds of miles away, listen and then return the song. A newborn calf sleeps securely beneath the chin of her mother as hundreds of males sing their lullaby. Occasionally, the baby whale rises to the surface. She must breathe more often than an adult whale. Her mother rolls on her side, keeping an eye on her child. But this baby's nap is over, and she's ready for adventure. These are pleasant but important days for the baby humpback. She must use them to grow strong, nursing frequently on her mother's milk. A formidable challenge awaits her. Soon, she must leave these tranquil reefs and endure the long and dangerous journey to feeding grounds thousands of miles away in the North Atlantic. For other great whales, the Caribbean Sea is a permanent home. These are sperm whales. A mother sperm whale is leaving her calf and beginning a long, deep dive. She may be down more than an hour. The baby sperm whale is too young to follow his mother into the depths. He must wait near the surface until she returns. The mother may descend more than half a mile to soar through dark canyons of the deep sea. She is a hunter. And this is her prey, humboldt squid and other giant cephalopods. In these dark depths, the mother whale may battle monstrous squid more than 50 feet in length and perhaps as formidable as she. But the baby sperm whale is unconcerned. His mother is a skilled hunter, and he can hear her voice far below as she uses natural sonar to explore the depths. In the meantime, he must stay near the surface and entertain himself as best he can. Remoras are a temporary nuisance. They only gather on baby sperm whales. Unable to withstand the pressures and cold temperatures of the depths, the remoras will leave him when he begins following his mother into the cold, dark waters below. Until then, he can give them a challenging ride. But these solitary games are poor substitute for the companionship of others of his kind. So when he hears the calls of other whales surfacing nearby, he eagerly moves to join them. Another mother and calf have surfaced. They are part of a tight sperm whale community, and the baby whale is secure in their company as he waits for his own mother to return. It's spring along the California coast. California gray whales have left the lagoons of Baja and begun the 5,000-mile migration back to the feeding grounds in the Arctic Circle. Their journey takes them past the giant kelp forests of the North American coast. This young whale swims into an amber glade and pauses to roll among the golden fronds. Gray whales are not vegetarians, but he probably has not eaten in 4 months, and now even a mouthful of kelp may seem satisfying. Gray whales feed on creatures that lie concealed in the silt covering the ocean floor. Their feeding technique is unique among cetaceans. Gray whales are mudsuckers. The whale rolls onto his side, then begins sucking in huge volumes of water, mud, and silt. He then filters out his tiny prey by purging water and silt through his baleen. Each day, on their feeding grounds far to the north, gray whales will consume hundreds of pounds of crustaceans called amphipods and other shrimp-like creatures as they filter through the heavy silt. But this is California, and what food this whale is gathering here is unknown. Scientists have long believed that gray whales never eat during their long migration. There are few crustaceans in this sandy bottom, certainly not enough to satisfy a leviathan's appetite. But perhaps there is other food here. This ocean floor is covered with mats of tube worms. These worm tubes are certainly less nutritious than a meal of shrimp, but for a gray whale, who may not have eaten in months, this may be a welcome meal nonetheless. Just what this whale is feeding on remains a mystery. But mysteries are common when one regards the great whales. Despite their enormous size, their lives remain an enigma. They continue to travel unknown paths through a vast ocean, often swimming deep in hidden solitude. Then, only rising long enough to overwhelm us with amazement, they disappear once again beneath the gray seas.